Good morning, everyone. It's Jose from Untitled Chapter on this Friday morning. Just a quick one to start off the day with mental health and Dele Alli. I think it was absolutely positive watching the interview yesterday. In the sense for me that I never criticised Dele Alli. When his form fell off a cliff, I just thought to myself, how weird a player that had so much at his feet was taken on the world, and all of a sudden to go from being up here to being down here. It was obvious to everybody that something weren't right. Something had to be wrong, because you just don't disappear like that. And I'm hoping now, for his sake and for his health, that yesterday, well, the start of his journey would have been being in rehab for 6 weeks. But now he's come out, done this video. I'm hoping that he will be supported for however long he needs it. Probably might be for the rest of his life, for however long he needs it. And that he can overcome in time his demons. And the icing on the cake would be, if he could get his football back. But it's bigger than that. You want him to get better first. He did say yesterday that laughing is his defence mechanism. I didn't see him laughing that much. I saw a person that looked like he had the weight lifted off his shoulders. He didn't look like the person who'd gone to Turkey. He didn't look like the person who'd been at Everton. He didn't look like the person who'd been at Tottenham for the last 3 or 4 years. He actually looked a lot better yesterday in the interview. So, big up to Dele Alli. And I just hope that everybody in the world, if you've got any issues at all with mental health, that you come out and say something. Right, next on the agenda is who's on the plane. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see who's on the plane, who's going out to the tours and the pre-season. I, for one, wouldn't want to second guess Ange Postecoglou on who he wants on that plane and who he doesn't. Although, in one of the comments he made in his interviews, I think it's been bypassed by everyone, was that he did say that he was looking to take everyone. So, therefore, to me, the only 2 people that were definitely staying behind, or that I can definitely say staying behind, are Rodrigo Bentancur and Fraser Foster. Apart from that, he more or less said that he wanted to take everybody with him. But today, later on, we will get news of who has gone and who hasn't. So that'll be exciting. I'm sure that the YouTube world will blow up with plenty of YouTubers coming out with their comments as to who was on the plane, who wasn't on the plane, and what their thoughts are. For me, I am so looking forward to this pre-season. I'm looking forward to watching some of the games starting next week. I'm looking forward to seeing Vicario. I want to see what his goalkeeper's about. So I want my first look at him. I want my first look at what he's done with Emerson Royale, what he's done with Pedro Porro, what he's done with Jed Spence. See what he's done with them. He's been with them for a week or so. The drills, what they're going to start putting into them, the way that he wants them to play, and that. Just want to see what he's done with them. I want to see what they look like. These people that we were told defensively minded or weren't good enough or attack minded only. I just want to see what he's done with them. Like to see what he's done with Romero and the centre halves we currently have. Has he improved any of them? Are they going to be appealing on the eye and therefore may attract attention of other clubs? I'd like to see Destiny Udogie in the Tottenham shirt for the first time. Want to see what he's done with Serge Reguilon. But I want to see Yves Bissouma with a pre-season under his belt and injury free. Alfie Devine, if he goes on, if he gets minutes, I want to see what he thinks of Alfie Devine. Obviously, you've got your forward three. If you look at Son, Kulusevski and Kane, but I want to see Richarlison, I want to see some Manor Solomon. I'd like to see if Alfie Dorrington gets on the plane, gets given a chance. Don't know whether it's too early, but will he give Mikey Moore a chance on that plane as well? I don't know. You know, at the end of the day, we don't know who's going on there. But because he's a new coach, and new ideas, new views, I want to see what he's done with the players so far. And as I said, a lot of it could be aesthetics and if players look better on the tour, then we might even get bids that are higher than what we anticipate coming in for players. So yeah, that'd be interesting to see. Right, this person, Perchy has a charity stream starting today between 5 p.m. and 5 p.m. tomorrow. It's a 24-hour stream. It's all in aid of his uncle who passed away, and he's going to have guests on there. He's going to have quizzes. He's going to have games on there, and it's going to be kept light-hearted, according to Perchy. However, if any news drops today, then I'm sure this will be discussed. But yeah, get over and support Perchy on his charity stream. Next is supporting the community. Where I mean supporting the community is I'm part of this community where I've been watching people for over a year now, as I keep saying. And you've got all sorts. You've got some really heavy hitters out there. You've got some middle of the road people. And you've got some of the smaller people in the community just started out. So basically it was a shout out to some of these. I'll try and see, because I'm new to all this, so I'm going to try and see if I can link them somewhere below. But it was to try and get the little ones upwards. So I'd say go out and support Meta Football TV. So for Chris at Meta Football TV. Look out for Kate, just the girl who loves Spurs. Ben Kaufman at the Coffee Company, always worth a look at Ben. Strasbourg Steve, if you want to find out about all things football. I mean, he's a Newcastle supporter, but he comes onto a lot of the Tottenham channels. Wealth of knowledge of watching the most obscure football in the world, and he has every football top imaginable. He's worth a view as well. Shellside Spurs. Brian and the boys on Tottenham on tour. Ben and Sim on Tottenham away. You then have Jacob at the United Spurs of America. It's quite interesting because obviously Jacob comes on when we're in bed or when we're going to sleep. He comes on quite late. You've got the Hotspur hippie, Paul, absolutely brilliant fella. Obviously, he's in Australia, so his times are totally different to ours. And you tend to see Paul, I tend to see Paul at the start of my day and at the end of my day. But Paul's a scream, and he's worth having a look at. You got Spurs Talk Show with Sean Butler. You have Tottenham Till I Die with Dermot, Philip, and Ellie. They're always good. You've got the Irish Hotspur with Dave and Jack. You have Mia at Spurs Between the Lines, who's always on daily as well. You've got Alan at Time Added On. Alan's another good guy. Gives the community a chance. You've got the Football Heritage TV with Sava. I started watching Sava when it was Sava Talks Football, and then he changed and created this channel because he wanted to explore all clubs rather than just Tottenham alone. And he's growing. He still does his Tottenham sections, but I've started watching him on a few of his when he brings people in from other teams, and when he goes on other teams' ones as well. Quite interesting watching him as well. Who else have I been watching? Oh, there's so many. If I've missed anyone, I'm so sorry. I'll miss the box office TV. Alex is always good. He always brings a crowd in. He's Marmite, Alex. He divides opinions. He's Marmite. And you got I can't remember. You got Southview Coys as well. Are also worth a watch as well. With Ashmatic, who's very knowledgeable, well-spoken chap. Yeah, so basically get around, support the communities. If you're streaming to one, if you're subbing to one, sub to all. I mean, what you end up happening is, or it could happen, is there's always content 24 hours a day with Tottenham, but what could end up happening is that you like the way someone presents, you like the way someone creates, and you might stick with them and watch them more religiously than the others. I try to get around. I try to put myself around and get to see everybody because it's worth supporting the whole community. Now, I'm stuck. I think I've got about 23 channels I watch, and there's probably hundreds out there, but there's only about 23 channels I watch at the moment, and that keeps me busy enough as it is. So it's worth going and supporting the community. And last but not least is the ins and outs, and will it be realised? I last posted a video last week, beginning of last week, and I've been quite lazy this week because I spent time with family because I'm on leave this week and next week, and it's all gone quiet on the transfer front and the ins and outs. Plenty of rumours, like there always is. Some rumours are very, very positive, and where I mean positive is the ones that we hear for our outgoings, I think, are quite positive. The incoming ones, they're kind of 50-50, aren't they? You've got some people are saying that we're advanced on this. There's some people saying, no, it's all stored on that. So it's quite interesting, and I think over time things will be realised. Will much get done while people are on tour? Well, you can say in this day and age nowadays, a lot can get done, can't it? Because you don't have to meet people face to face anymore. You have Google Meets, you have Teams. Over the air stuff that you have. So I know that Ange likes speaking to people when he wants to bring them in, but there's no reason why he can't be abroad with the guys on pre-season, and the people back here conduct the transfer dealings, and then Ange can then have a say with them over Teams or something like that. With albeit that I would have thought that maybe we don't know, because we don't know these things. Maybe Ange may have talked to some of these people already. It's all cloak and dagger, isn't it? I mean, at the end of the day, teams are all out there trying to do their best for their clubs, I suppose, and we're going to be no different. So, yeah, will the ins and outs be realised? Yeah, I think they will be. Today is, the 14th of July. So you've got, another 18 days of the window for July, and then you have a full 31 days in August. Will we get busy before the end of July? I certainly hope we will. But yeah, I think a lot of the ins and outs will be realised. I'm positive of that. Whether it's to my liking or not, I don't know. I've always said, for me, ideally for me, it's bringing in 3 centre halves, not 2. I'm for 3. So for me at the moment, it would be Tapsoba, Van der Ven, and then one of tossing Nelson somewhere along them lines. Bringing in number 6, a Amrabat or a Kessie. That for me would be absolutely brilliant if we could bring one of them in. And then I would still go for Mohamed Kudus. I'm a massive Kudus fan, and I think he could bring a lot to the plate at Tottenham. But you know, with them and getting rid of players, deadwood, people calling it deadwood, but getting people that, you know, we no longer, or the club no longer feel fits systems or doesn't improve our team. If we can manage to do that with the players I've said, for me, that would be an outstanding window. However, am I clutching at straws? Possibly, possibly not. Who knows? I've maintained, and I've said on many other streams, that I would like. I know we need a rebuild. Oh, everyone says we need a rebuild. Yeah, we need to shake it all up and that. But I would like the majority of the shaking up done this summer transfer window, because then that forces us, and we've got a plan in place of what we're trying to do going forward with players that are going to be with us for a few years, and then you add players as you go along thereafter in the January transfer window, or plan for next year and do it for next year. I'm positive for this season, and it's because of Ange. It's because of Ange I'm positive. So, yeah. But anyway, and if you've got any comments on anything I've said today, then please leave me a comment. A like, subscribe would be nice. Likes are better. Likes are good as well, because it gets you up there and that. I'm probably not as active at the moment as all these other channels are, hence why my subscribers are so low. Or it could be that people find me absolutely boring, and in that case, they're not going to subscribe to me at all, are they? But there we go. And anyway, that'll be it for today. In Ange we trust, and come on, you Spurs.